Well, when talking to children about good and bad touches, it is a difficult conversation, or it can be a difficult conversation. So we want to make sure that we feel comfortable as the adult in talking about it. And basically just beginning the conversation by asking them, what do they know? What do they know about a good touch? What does touch mean? Trying to talk to them about if they understand what a touch is, and do they know the difference between a good and a bad touch. A good touch is a hug from somebody that they know and they care about. A good touch would also be a pat on the back from a teacher because you did a good job, a high five from a coach or from one of your friends because you just scored a goal. Um, uh, Teaching them that a good touch would be anything that makes you feel good or feel happy would be a good touch. And then talking about a bad touch, what would be the difference between good and bad? And a bad touch, making sure that they understand that a bad touch could include somebody touching them in a way that makes them feel uncomfortable or feel that it's wrong in some way. And so that would include touching them in a part of their body that they don't want somebody to touch, like in their private parts or in their any part of their body where it feels bad, feels uncomfortable. An easy way to explain where private parts are and where they should not be touched without permission is to think about where the bathing suit is. So for girls, the bathing suit covers the chest area and down below. And for boys, it covers the trunk area. So teaching them the areas by using a bathing suit or using an outline of a body with a colored-in bathing suit is an easy way to teach a child. These are areas that are private. These are areas that are mine only, and nobody can touch without my permission. At that point, also, do they know the names of the body parts, the doctor's names for the body parts, and asking them if they've heard these words and just saying the definition, saying what they mean and where they are and who can touch them. You also want to educate a child on who can, because if there's something wrong with part of their body, a doctor should be able to touch with permission, and a parent should be able to touch with permission, but they need to have permission to touch. So when you're teaching a child to say no to somebody, you have to role play with them. You have to act it out with them so that they understand that they say no with their voice first. Their voice needs to be loud and mean it. And so you kind of show them the difference between no and no. Those are things that you would want them to understand, that no in a firm voice and a loud voice, tell somebody that you mean no. As a parent, you would be acting this out with them to teach them to say no in a very strong way. And then the second thing that you want to teach them is that if they can, they need to go away. They need to get away from that person. So they would walk away, run away, get away from that person as quickly as they can. And they would need to go find a safe adult to tell them what happened. And as a parent, in talking to your child, you would tell them exactly who those safe people are. And you would make a list of who those safe people would be, like mom and dad. Your parents are the safe people. If they're at school, going to a teacher or a principal or a counselor. If they're out in the community, they would need to go find a police officer or somebody who is in charge of wherever they are. And you would make that list with the child so they know exactly where they need to go wherever they are. If somebody does touch them in their private parts or in a place that makes them feel uncomfortable, it's never the child's fault. The child is not the one who's doing the wrong, and making sure they understand that as we talk to them, that the person who would be at fault is the one doing the touching, not the one who has been touched. And so making sure that they understand that it's never the child's fault. I mean, one thing that we always want to teach children is the difference between a secret and a surprise, because it gets confusing to them about a surprise is a secret too, but we like those, and they don't understand the difference between a good secret and a bad secret. So what we want to make sure they understand when we're talking to them is that secrets that can hurt somebody or that has already hurt somebody is not a secret we want to keep. That there's something called safe telling. We want to make sure that they understand that telling somebody because they want to keep themselves safe or keep somebody else safe is a good thing to do. They want to do safe telling. You also teach the difference between safe telling and tattle telling. That they tell things where somebody has either been hurt or going to be hurt, because we want to make sure that everybody stays safe. And so that's a very difficult thing for children to understand, that there is a difference between the safe telling and tattle telling. But we want to make sure they understand the difference, that we don't keep those secrets. If secrets hurt somebody, then those are not the secrets we keep. One thing that is important is that this is a conversation that you have regularly with your child. It's not a one-time conversation. Keep talking about safe telling. Keep talking about no-go tell. Keep talking about what to do if somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, teaching them over and over again how to say no, how to go find somebody who is a safe adult to tell, and then and then talk about how to tell in an appropriate way. This is a conversation that you would have multiple times. That what body parts are. As they get older, the topics of conversation will probably be the same, but the amount of information that you give the child would be different. So this is a conversation that you would have over time, many, many times.